Power 93.7 WBOK, Todd Anderson. I'm here with Terrence T. Nice Warren. T. Nice, what's up? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How you doing, bro?
Good, good, good.
Right.
Last time I saw you, man, you were kicking Bobby Brown out the Whitney's funeral.
Yeah, I had to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, you were. How'd you get involved with that movie?
Well, I've known Bobby Brown and New Edition for years. My uncle bodyguard New Edition. So I'm Bobby Brown's hype man on tour. So I do the
Oh
raps
yeah.
off of Bobby Brown's songs and stuff. So I
Oh
know
okay.
Bob for a long time. I know about the problems he had, and you know what I'm saying, they got in the movie. You know what I'm saying? He chose me to do that part in the movie.
Wow. So so was the movie like his rendition of everything?
Yes, it was his rendition of everything, and everything in that movie is true.
Okay.
And it was kind of good to see that he had a chance to be alive and tell his story,
Yeah, yeah.
opposed to someone else telling the story.
Yeah, so that particular part where you had to tell him to leave the funeral, I know it's a movie, but
Correct.
like how did you feel about that?
Well, people that don't know the real story, you know what I'm saying, is going to have their own feel about it. But being I'm inside and I know the story pretty much was Whitney Houston's family had orchestrated the funeral.
Hmm.
And at the time, they had assigned seats for everybody that was going to come to the funeral because there was going to be a lot of stars and a lot of celebrities. So they was cool with Bobby Brown coming, and they had a seat for Bob.
Oh,
So what
okay.
happened was Bob comes into church, and he sat down. He comes into church, but he had his kids with him.
Right.
So he take his kids with him, and then they go sit up in the front because I
Hmm.
got a regular funeral. Ain't no assigned seats really.
Uh-huh.
So he sat in the front with his kids. So the security was alerted that, and they came over and told Bob, you can sit here, but your entourage have to go to the back.
Right, right.
And he felt like they disrespected his family by calling them an entourage,
Right,
and
right,
he
right.
didn't want to be, seated apart from his family, which is understandable.
Right, right.
So, what we told him again, you're going to have to move, and if you don't move, then we're going to have to physically move you.
Wow.
And so, instead of Bob sitting up front and letting his kids stay in the back, he said, "Well, I'm out of here." You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll leave. And
Mm.
so that's how all of that came to be, and that's the real story of everything.
Wow, wow.
So my part in the movie, when Bob was supposed to leave, I was supposed to escort him out of the church,
Uh-huh.
and instead of escorting him out the church, he went to the casket.
Right, right,
See
right,
Whitney
right,
on his
right.
own. So we allowed that. His family, his kids stayed right there, and then when he came back, we escorted them out,
Uh-huh.
and that's what happened. So when he gets outside and to leave, we guard him outside, and then all of a sudden Bobby Christina comes up, and she pulls up in the car, and she's going into the church. And as the people outside scream Bobby Christina, Bobby Brown turns around, him and his kids turn
Mhm.
around and hear Bobby Christina, so they wanted to try to get back into the church. So we
Right.
wouldn't allow them to get back in the church, and that's how the story happened. And that's what
Wow.
happened. But a lot of people think Bobby got kicked out. Nobody kicked him out. He
Right,
chose
right.
to leave.
Right. So how did you meet Bobby Brown in the first place?
Like I said, I knew Bobby since I was like about, I'm gonna say 18, 19 years old, because I've been
Okay.
touring with New Edition and BBD and all of that, because I'm into the rap music also.
Are you from
Music.
Buffalo?
I'm from here, from Buffalo, New York, born and
So,
raised.
but how did you meet them living in Buffalo
Well, my
from being
uncle
from Buffalo?
bodyguard. First of all, my uncle name is Larry Young. We call him
Okay.
Apple.
Okay.
And he bodyguard Rick James.
Oh, okay,
Rick
okay.
James, he went on with New Edition. From New
Oh, I
Edition,
see.
he branched off with Bobby Brown, then BBD, and that was my connection with that.
Oh, okay. So you still in touch with Bobby? How's he doing?
All the time. That's my man. I just spoke to Bobby yesterday.
Uh-huh.
He's doing fine right now, but he's doing a lot of promotions, and most of the people in the cast, we're doing promotions and talking
Mhm.
about the movie and talking about the changes we're trying to make in the future, what we have going on in the future.
Right. So what's
So, yeah.
what's next for you?
Well, next for me, I have other interviews, Good Morning America, but I want to start my interviews here in Buffalo, New York, because I do motivational speaking, and I started the motivational speaking here in Buffalo, and I want to give back to my city, because these kids need to see that someone from Buffalo, New York can go out here and do some positive things without getting in trouble. So
Right,
I'm going
right.
to do it as far as give back to the kids and the adults, because the adults have dreams and goals that they can reach also.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is show these kids it's not all about violence. It's about taking care of each other, getting your education, and getting out here and making a success of your life. And we here to do that.
So where are you living now? You live
I live in
back
Atlanta.
here?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay.
but I frequently come back and forth to Buffalo, New York.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing. So I'm
All
about
right.
to do a motivational tour here in Buffalo. Come back to the schools, tell my story about some shows and stuff and movies that I've been in.
All right.
And
Okay.
so, man, it's possible to be successful without
Cool,
being
man.
negative.
Well, we appreciate you coming by,
I
man.
definitely thank you. Thank you
And
so much.
you did a great job in that movie. That was a great movie,
I
man.
appreciate that.
It was really good.
Hey, I want to thank everybody here in Buffalo, New York. I came in, everybody welcomed me with open arms. You know, I want to send a shout out to a couple people. I want to send a shout out to Garvey Freeman, my dad Kenny Warren, my cousin Ray Cottrell, and my cousin Tanya, the diva Granberry. I love you, cuz, and everybody else in Buffalo. If I forgot your name, you in my heart, you in my mind. I love everybody here, and let's make a change in Buffalo. And also, I want to get back to the kids.
All right, man. Thanks very much.
All right, thanks for having me. Appreciate that. T nice, y'all.